Ever feel like you're trying to put broken pieces back together, wishing you could just rewind time and go back to who you were before? What if I told you that healing isn't about going backward, but about discovering something entirely new? Imagine a man named Leo. Heartbreak had left him feeling like a barren field after a harsh winter. Searching for solace, he stumbled upon a hidden, walled garden tucked away in a forgotten corner of the city. He pushed open a creaky iron gate and stepped inside. What he saw defied all logic. In this garden, everything grew in reverse. He watched a wilted, brown rose, its petals curled and dry, slowly plump up, its color returning from a deep crimson to a vibrant blush. The petals then folded back into a tight bud, which shrank and eventually vanished, leaving just a tiny green seed on the stem. A fallen apple on the ground, bruised and soft, levitated back to a branch, its blemishes disappearing as it became firm. Green and small, finally retracting into a delicate white blossom. Leo was mesmerized. He spent weeks in this magical place, watching decay transform into life, endings turn into beginnings. He saw the entire life cycle of a forest, but backward from fallen leaves, reattaching to branches, two mighty oaks, shrinking into tiny acorns. At first, he thought this was the answer. He wished his own heart could rewind like these plants, undo the pain and return to the person he was before he got hurt. He wanted to go back to being a seed, untouched and full of potential. But as he sat there, he noticed something profound. The seed wasn't the end of the journey. It was the start of a completely different one. A seed doesn't know it will become a flower. An acorn has no memory of being a mighty oak. The reverse process didn't erase the life that had been lived. It simply transformed its essence back into pure potential. And that's when Leo understood. He couldn't go back to who he was, and he didn't need to. The pain, the heartache, the struggles, they were like the decay in the garden. They weren't an end, but a strange, painful part of a transformation. Healing wasn't about erasing his scars and becoming the old Leo again. The old Leo was gone, just like the fully bloomed rose. His healing was about taking the lessons, the strength, and the wisdom he gained from his experience, the decay, and letting them nourish a new beginning. He wasn't regrowing into the same person. He was becoming someone new, someone who had weathered a storm and was now ready for a different kind of bloom. He realized he wasn't trying to reclaim a past self, but to discover the person he was still becoming. So if you're going through a tough time, remember Leo's backward garden. Don't waste your energy trying to rewind the clock. The past you is a beautiful memory, but they are not your destination. Your pain, as difficult as it is, can be the very soil from which a new, stronger, and more beautiful version of yourself will grow. Healing isn't about returning to who you were. It's about having the courage to rediscover who you are still becoming. If this story resonated with you, please give it a like and subscribe for more content that explores the deeper meanings of life. Always remember, the surge begins within. Carry it forward.